Harry here, and today I've got a tag for you. This is the 7 Deadly Sins of Reading tag, which was created by Bookishly Liza, and I was tagged by Sam over at the Midnight Reading Owl, so please go check out both their channels. I'll leave the links in the description below and probably on the page if I remember to annotate. Now, I just want to say quickly, sorry I haven't been around like the last ending half of last week. Work, and as you know, I've just been reading a bunch of Naruto manga. Expect to see a video on that as well because I'm just going to show off. It's basically a little book haul I decided to get. So anyway, I'm going to jump straight into this tag for you. The 7 Deadly Sins of Reading. First sin, greed. What is the most expensive book and the least expensive book you own or have bought? For me, the most expensive book I have is probably my Game of Thrones collection, which you've seen in my book haul more than likely. Hang on 1 second. Oh, it's a beauty. It's massive and I absolutely love this thing, and I can't wait to kick it and kick it. Not literally kick it, but kick it back and start reading it. The most inexpensive book I probably own is Dear Nobody, which I got while I was in school. It was given to me by one of my teachers. Wrath. What author do you have a love-hate relationship with? For me, that would definitely be Stephanie Meyer, who wrote Twilight, obviously, as well as The Host, and that's basically the reason for it. I absolutely love The Host, and then back when I was like 16, I liked Twilight, rereading it when I was about 17, 18, when I think it was Eclipse come out. I decided to reread them all again. Slightly went down in my like category, should we say. I still enjoyed it when I was younger, but rereading it sort of killed the series for me. But saying that, I also love The Host. I haven't read that in about 2 years either, so I need to reread that, and I'll probably do a review of that actually, because I know the film's coming out. I'm very skeptical about the film, because I don't believe they'll be able to do the portrayal correctly with that storyline, but it'll be interesting to see how they do it. Gluttony. Which book have you deliciously devoured over and over again with no shame whatsoever? For me, that would have to be Star Wars Path of Destruction by Drew Karpesh. See that name right there? Cannot say that, but he is my favourite Star Wars author ever. If you didn't know, I have like a rather large knowledge of Star Wars lore, typically before and after the films, because I absolutely love the novels and I love the way it's developed and the games and absolutely everything, and this has to be my favourite series. If you like anything that's Star Wars and anything that's dark, I definitely recommend picking up the Darth Bane series, or Ban depending how you want to pronounce it. In short, it's basically about the one Sith who destroyed the Brotherhood of the Sith and created the whole Rule of Two, and it's an amazing series. There's been 3 books, and I really hope he does like a carry-on series with what happens at the end of the 3rd one, because I've read this book probably 15 times. That's how much I love it so much, and it's like, I read this so much. I think I got it about a month after it come out without like knowing much about it, because this was one of the first Star Wars books I ever read, and then I was always waiting for the sequels, as it is with most books that you absolutely love. So yeah, moving on before I rant about this book too much. Sloth. What book books have you neglected to read? For me, this is basically every classic there is, such as like Catcher in the Rye and things by Charles Dickens and Jane Austen and all that, because I'm not a huge fan of reading classics. I need to get into it more, but it's just not something that I've like been able to make myself do. But out of the books I own, it would have to be This Is the Life by Dan Rhodes. I think it's Rhodes. Which is, for me, it's a rather large book to look at. I bought it probably about 8 months ago, and I just still have neglected to pick it up and actually read it. And I don't know why that is. I've got a couple other books by him which I powered through. One in particular I can't see at the moment, but it's just like this thin little short story sort of thing, which it's like paragraphs on each page, which is amazing by him. And I really like him as an author. I just can't face myself to read this book, and I don't know why. I have so many books to read. That's probably why, actually. Pride. What book do you use to make you sound like an intellectual reader, per se? For me, nothing springs to mind. I'm very much a base reader. People know I like to read books. People know I'll take days out just to sit in and read. So it's not something I like to force on other people. If someone strikes up a conversation, I like to compare books, and obviously that's why I enjoy doing this. But there's no book that I like drive into people's heads. None of like the classics or anything. I just like books. I'm very simple at heart. Lust, what attributes do you find most attractive in a male or female character? For me, number one always is honesty, and I draw my line there with everything in life. Honesty is the best policy. Other than that, I'm not really fussy. As long as the book has a good story and good characters and good development throughout, I'm more than likely going to enjoy it. I'm not picky about what my main characters are per se. And lastly, envy. What book or books would I most like to receive as a gift? Thinking about this, I just want a whole load of like collections and works. Like as I said before, I'd love like Charles Dickens and Jane Austen's like work complete collections. As well as that, I'm getting back into my manga, so I need like, I think I need about the last 12 volumes, because I've got 47 at the moment, and I think we're up to 56. But Death Note, I need to get the rest of the Harry Potters. I have 1 to 5 at the moment, but I need the last 2 in hardback, so I'd like to get them. So it's basically just bits and pieces here, which I want. As well as that, I would really, really, really like the 3rd book in the Divergent series, but you know, you're gonna have to wait, and life's hard. So guys, anyway, this has been the 7 Deadly Sins of Reading tag. I'm not going to tag anyone in particular, but if you want to do this tag and you haven't, please do it, and then video respond it to the original creator, and please like, comment, subscribe if you have anything different to say. I've been Harry, and I'll see you guys soon.